Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Today, what I'm going to be talking about is Uncharted 4 versus The Last of Us 2. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because I recently finished, well not that recently, a few months ago, finished going back through all the Uncharted games after finishing Last of Us, and I really am realizing how great of a company Naughty Dog really are, just after sort of replaying their games. So obviously it is 100% confirmed that they are developing a new game for the PS4, and we don't exactly know what it is yet. It looks like it's probably going to be Uncharted 4, but the point of this video is to pretty much compare which one do we prefer, which one would be better, and which one would be more of a success. And I think regardless of which either one it is, I think it's really important that Naughty Dog do announce it pretty soon, because I do feel like the PS4 could do with a game like that too. I feel like that would just sort of top the icing on the cake. It would really just bring all those gamers over across to the PS4. And right now, there aren't any massive titles that people are directly getting the PS4 for. I know a lot of people love Infamous, and Drive Club looks good, and Killzone, but it seems like people would just love to see another Naughty Dog game. And it really is the best and coolest sort of way of playing an action-adventure game is on, the big television, and they do it so well. It's like a cinematical sort of movie, interactive movie, I often call it. So, firstly, let's talk about Last of Us 2, or whatever the next Last of Us could potentially be. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it did end with, room for some sort of sequel or even a prequel, people were suggesting. Obviously the ending was good, and I feel like I'd be happy enough for them to never make one ever again, because, it did sort of answer most of the questions, but I do feel like there is still room for something. And with a series like that, you sort of wonder, well, Naughty Dog probably they did get a lot of money from it, and, a game like that was so successful, and everyone loves these sort of zombie games, another one would be pretty successful, but in the same way, maybe it wouldn't work that well with Last of Us. The thing is, with The Last of Us, they did obviously skip about 20 years forward, I believe it was, early on in the game. So there is room before then, and obviously even after that point in the end of the game, because, there's a lot of unanswered questions, and there's a lot that they could potentially put in after, because there was still a lot of, potential for things to be in. I don't know about a prequel, personally. I don't know if that would work all that well, but definitely a sequel, you could see that working, and I think it'd be a good success. Even if they started some sort of different sort of idea, even with, lots of different characters and stuff. But I just think The Last of Us was a very good game. And I don't know if a sequel could top it off, or, I'm scared that it would, not do justice to the series, because, it's not an easy sort of game to follow up. But, I don't know, I feel like that would be great. And on the PS4, it would look so much better. I think that's pretty much the main things I wanted to talk about with The Last of Us 2. Obviously, Last of Us was an amazing game, and it wouldn't be easy to follow up, but if there was a follow-up, I'm sure it would be pretty good. And I don't know, I feel like Naughty Dog do have plans, especially considered that, they stopped doing the, obviously the Uncharted series, and then randomly put out a different game with completely different sort of ideas and stuff, for me, which was a bit of a strange sort of thing, considering that they'd been sticking with that same Uncharted series for so long. Maybe it's a sign that they're, trying to move on, but it looks like the Uncharted 4 is more than likely, on its way, because there's been a lot of rumors going around. There's been actors saying that they're, having a look at the game and all this sort of stuff. My only criticism with this game is that they've done so many of them, and I don't know if they'll be able to, create that same ridiculously epic and, really interesting, and just, it was constantly the game just kept you on the edge of your seat the whole time. It's a really epic series, the Uncharted series, and I don't know if they could, redo it again, for the 4th time, but I think the main thing about the Uncharted series is that it's epic, and the PS4 needs something like that that's just going to be epic, and as I said, with the new graphics, it'll just be absolutely amazing. I don't know, I feel like I'd kind of like them to take a different direction to Nathan Drake, although he's very likable and he was a great character. I just feel like, I don't know, there's only a certain amount you can take of one character doing so many things in one. Yeah, I know, like Tomb Raider and all those sort of games are the same, where it's the same character, especially Splinter Cell as well. Sam Fisher's like the guy in all of them, but I don't know, I feel like, if they sort of just took it in a sort of different direction, really went for something different, I think it would be great. And what I liked about The Last of Us was all the sort of different ways you could play the game, and I'm hoping that they do take a lot of influence from obviously The Last of Us, and I feel like they will. You know, it's obviously their game, so I'm sure that they're going to really add a lot of what was great and what made The Last of Us so good. And you know, I feel like The Last of Us had a really great storyline as well, a really dark themes and stuff like that, which was great. Uncharted for me is more of a sort of, it's a brighter sort of game. You know, the themes aren't quite as dark. Obviously, the hand-to-hand combat is so good, especially in The Last of Us. You know, all the combat is so satisfying. I feel like they could even make it like an online co-op feature or something like that, where you could actually play the game with a friend, or they could really make it, you know, something really incredible on the PS4. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know which game you would rather see. For me, either way, it would be, you know, amazing, and I really can't wait for either one. But yeah, let me know which one you'd prefer to see, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.